Your move, your move.
What's up guys, it's Ryu-Ge here, back at it again with another amazing video on the channel. So, right on the money, right on schedule, we have a brand new video for you guys. And before we get into it, I just want to say, if you do enjoy this type of content, make sure you obliterate the like button to let me know to make more of this. Share your thoughts down in the comment section down below as I reply to every single one. And if you guys are new around here or you enjoy my beautiful face, make sure to subscribe as we are aiming for 5,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. Also, if you guys want to support the channel a bit further or you guys want to meet and duel me, make sure to check out the Discord server links all over the channel. Get yourself in there, get yourself dueling against me. Well, that's enough of me. Let's get straight into the video. So starting off with the deck profile here with Triple Sozi Ryu-Ge Mistva. Now he's the heart and soul of the deck. He allows you to play the Ryu-Ge deck, so you want to be seeing him in your hand as often and as quickly as possible. He is a level 10 light dragon ritual, and the fact that he's a ritual actually makes our deck more consistent, because we're not actually a ritual deck in terms of we're not going to be ritual summoning him, but him being a ritual allows us to play different cards to allow us to add him to the hand, which is absolutely incredible, and I'm really grateful that they did that. His effects are insane, so let me go over the pendulum effect first. During your main phase, add one non-pendulum Ryu-Ge card from your deck to your hand and then destroy this card. So as a pendulum scale, it is a rotor for any Ryu-Ge card, which is absolutely fantastic. The fact that it destroys itself means it doesn't actually go to the grave as a pendulum because of the Yu-Gi-Oh game mechanic. It would actually go to your extra deck, and now when it's in the extra deck, it actually gives you a field spell, its second effect, which once I get to the field spell, you'll realize why this card is so important, because the field spell is just, it's a custom card. I've never seen such a powerful field spell for an archetype. It literally just specials twice out of the deck, sets your plays up. It's absolutely incredible. And then it actually has as another effect that it can only be special summoned by its own effect. If a monster in the field is destroyed without a card effect, while this card is in the extra deck, tribute one level 10 Ryu-Ge monster, and if you do special summon this card, this is treated as a ritual summon. Then you can apply this effect, destroy up to 2 cards you control, and if you do, place that many Ryu-Ge continuous spells from your deck face up on the field. So, you know, that effect is a bonus one. It could have been a vanilla with the ritual effect because that's the main effect you're going to be going for. But the fact that it has that bonus effect really is a nice bonus, you can say, because sometimes, yeah, summon him, destroy himself, place a different continuous that you're missing. That is useful in a sense. But anyway, triple of the Ryu-Ge Mistva, and then his counterpart, Tensei Ryu-Ge Anva. Now he is the scale 11, Mistva being the scale 0, meaning you can pendulum summon from level 10 to level 1. So that is absolutely fantastic. Again, he's super important because he's actually a way to bridge into our Ryu-Ge traps. He's a dark level 10 dragon, so the opposite of Mistva. You cannot pendulum summon except Ryu-Ge monsters. This effect cannot be negated, so that is fine because it is a Ryu-Ge deck. We're playing this pure. It doesn't really matter too much that we're locked into Ryu-Ge pendulum summoning while this card is in the scale. That's absolutely fine. You can negate any card or effect activated in response to the activation of a Ryu-Ge spell card or effect, then destroy this card. So this is basically 3 Call by the Grave or Crossout Designator built into a pendulum scale, which is really important because, as I said, the field spell is crucial for the deck, and if you eat an Ash Blossom, you eat a Dominus Impulse, you just can't play the deck. This not only gives you protection, but destroys itself. And when it destroys itself, it triggers its monster effect, which places a Ryu-Ge continuous spell or trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment face up on your field. Not only does it negate, but it can place the trap on any of your continuous spells directly from the deck, banishment, or grave to the field. Absolutely incredible card. It also has another effect that going second is, this effect is actually relevant. Special summon this card by tributing a Ryu-Ge monster from your hand or field, and on its special it's going to be able to target a card on the field and destroy it as well. So going second, you also have another way to get a body on the field. If you open a bunch of Ryu-Ge's in hand, it's useful because you can send one to the grave, summon this, pop a card, and that's 1 level 10 already on the field. If they out it, you can get advantage by placing a continuous spell or trap. So triple Anva, this card is amazing. For the boss monsters, I guess, or the, worm, sea serpent, and dinosaur boss monsters, we have Hakva, double Hakva. You can banish this card from your hand, add a Ryu-Ge Realm Whim Worlds from your deck to the hand. All of the other boss monsters of the pseudo archetype or the pseudo trio type, which is Worm, Sea Serpent, and Dinosaur, all of those Ryu-Ge monsters are going to have an effect to grab the appropriate corresponding continuous spell. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to repeat that a lot. If a monster is banished face up while this card is already banished, and now you have two or more banished cards that doesn't include Hakva, you get to just special summon it from the banishment for free, which is amazing. And if this card is on the field, you can place a Wormwinds, which is its corresponding continuous spell, from the deck to the bottom of, or from the field to the bottom of your deck. Then you can add one Ryu-Ge card from your deck, graveyard, or banishment to your hand. So it's a rota by getting rid of its associated continuous spell. For another 2 of double of the Emva, you can discard this card, add one Ryu-Ge Realm Sea Spires from your deck to your hand. During the main phase, if 2 or more monsters were sent from your hand and or deck to the grave this turn, you can special summon this card from your grave. So again, another free body. You can place a Sea Spires you control to the bottom of the deck, banish your opponent's entire hand, and if you do, they draw the same number of cards. This is a effect that comes up a lot. If your opponent full losses you, for example, and you can draw them, which you do play draw in the main deck for this exact interaction, you draw them, you use Emva, you just banish the whole hand and they don't draw. You win the game just off that interaction, which is absolutely amazing. If, for example, you're doing anything during your opponent's turn and your opponent draws you, if you can get to Emva and the continuous spell, again, banish the whole hand. They don't get to draw. So the opponent has to be really careful with draw, either from you or from them, when you have access to a card like this that can just banish the whole hand. It's sort of like Trickster Reincarnation, which is super funny. For the last Ryu-Ge, we play one Kaiva. The only reason I play one Kaiva is because we actually play a separate dino target, which I'll talk to now. So we always play 2 of each target, just simply because if we draw them, we want to be able to still do the combo. So 2 worms, 2 sea serpents, 1 dinosaur, and then obviously another dinosaur later on, so 2 of each. You can shuffle this card from your hand into the deck, add 1 Ryu-Ge Realm from your deck to your hand. During the main phase, if 2 or more cards were destroyed, on a quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can place 1 of the dino domains you control to the bottom of the deck, target other cards in the field up to the number of different monster types on the field, and destroy them. Again, nice going second, and they're big bodies as well. So going second, this deck has some things going for it, although you really want to be mainly going first and establishing your combo. For your other dinosaur target, we have 1 Carbonedon. Now, a lot of people are like, what the hell is that? What are you cooking? Guys, listen, this is a fantastic card in this deck specifically. If this card battles a fire monster during damage calculation, it gains 1000 attack. That is not the reason we're playing this. We're playing this because you can banish this card from your grave, special summon from your hand or deck 1 level 7 or lower dragon normal monster in face of defense, meaning we can bridge into a specific vanilla and give us access to a Synchro 12 dinosaur, which is absolutely incredible. And that's the reason we play Carbonedon, because the field spell can dump him to the grave for absolutely free, banish it, tell your normal out of the deck for free. And for the normal that we're playing, oh, he's a bit excited, guys. 1 Galaxy Serpent. Now we're playing Galaxy Serpent because he is a level 2 tuner. And this means that 1 Sea Serpent and any of our Ryu-Ge's equals a level 12 Synchro. So amazing. I love this package. I wouldn't cut it. The fact it can special from hand is clutch, because if you draw this card and you're like, damn, can't do the combo. Yes, you can, because it can special from hand as well. So I really love this package, and I think it adds a lot of value to the deck like this, especially in its pure state that it is. We're not comboing this with anything at the moment, because I think Ryu-Ge is best played pure, because whatever deck you're putting it in, unfortunately, you're just going to make that deck worse. I think if you want to play Ryu-Ge full send, and just play it pure, and that's how you get the most out of a deck like this. For the spells and traps, triple Warzone. Would play more if I could. This is how the deck functions. It is a field spell. When this card is activated, you take a dinosaur, sea serpent, and worm from your deck, add 1 to your hand, banish 1, and also send the other to the grave, and then you are locked into that tri-attributes type, which is dinosaur, sea serpent, and worms. This is how the deck functions with this card. It also has a second effect, that if Mistfa is in your extra deck, base up, special summon 3 Ryu-Ge monsters with different types from your deck, graveyard, and banishment. So this is an E-Telly for 2, a monster reborn for 2, and sort of like a different dimension grounds as well, because it allows you to banish and then summon 1 from the banishment as well. This card is incredible. It's such a fantastic card. You build a whole deck around just resolving this card. For another continuous, triple Ryu-Ge Rising. This is the archetypal Rota, except it's on a quick play. So if they draw us, we can chain Ryu-Ge Rising and give us the ability to just add again. So you add a Ryu-Ge monster from your deck to your hand, then you can add a Ryu-Ge Pendulum monster from your hand to the face-up extra deck. This is just so you can get a Mistha in there in case you haven't, and you can get the Warzone bonus effect. During your main phase, if you control a Ryu-Ge Pendulum monster card, banish this card and one Ryu-Ge monster from your graveyard and special summon a Ryu-Ge with the same original type as that banished monster from your deck. So another reason why we need to be playing two of some of the names, because Ryu-Ge Rising can then just grab some from the deck as well. So really, really nice card. Play 3, obviously consistency-wise. For the continuouses, we play one of each. One Realm of the Sea Spires. This allows it so that your opponent cannot destroy Ryu-Ge monsters you control by battle, and Ryu-Ge Pendulum monsters are also included in that, and level 10 or higher monsters whose original type is Sea Serpent gain this effect. Once per turn on a quick effect, or once per opponent's turn on a quick effect, place a Ryu-Ge continuous spell you control to the bottom deck, target one card in the field, and return it to the hand. So it effectively gives the effect of a compulsory evacuation device to a Ryu-Ge or a level 10 or higher monster, which is amazing. So we really do like the compulse. We only play one of each because we can just always be grabbing them back. We play one of the Realm Worm Winds. This is a standalone best card via its continuous effect, because any monster sent from the field or grave during the opponent's turn is banished instead. This is like a dimensional shifter, only during the opponent's turn. Amazing. Then you have Ryu-Ge Pendulum monsters and level 10 or higher monsters whose original type is Worm gain this effect. You can effectively target a monster on the field and its attack becomes 0. That is not too important. That effect is not that good, but you can do it in the damage step if your opponent doesn't read cards. For the last one, the Dino Domain, we have Ryu-Ge monsters you control gain 300 attack, Ryu-Ge Pendulum monsters and level 10 or higher monsters whose original type is Dinosaur, which includes the synchro that we're going to be making with our Galaxy Serpent and a Ryu-Ge, gain this effect when an opponent monster activates on the field with less attack than the card that is being applied to this effect. You can place a Ryu-Ge continuous you control to the bottom and negate the activation. A negate, which is pretty nice as well. For the traps, we have the one Ryu-Ge End, which is a new one from Alliance Insight, and obviously we have the one Ryu-Ge Rivalry. The reason you play Rivalry is because Ryu-Ge End can grab it from anywhere. So your opponent cannot target Ryu-Ge monsters you control with card effects, which gives you some sort of nice protection. If a Ryu-Ge Pendulum monster is on your field or face up in the extra deck, shuffle 2 Ryu-Ge monsters from your hand, graveyard, or banishment into the main deck, target a monster on the field, and destroy it. This allows us to just constantly recycle our deck and make sure that our Warzone has valid targets. If this card is destroyed, you can set a non-continuous Ryu-Ge trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment, which is of course the Rivalry. And then you can, the Rivalry effect, special summon a Ryu-Ge monster from your hand, deck, or grave. It returns it to the hand during the end phase, banish this card from the grave, target a Ryu-Ge continuous in your banishment, grave, or field, place it to the bottom, and draw one card. Rivalry's okay, you can arguably cut this card. I just think it's useful to have with Ryu-Ge End, especially if you can summon Mistha and destroy End to then place a different continuous, trigger the End, grab Rivalry, set it. You just got a bunch of advantage like that, and I really like that sort of interaction, so I'm playing it for that reason. And for our normal summon, as you probably have realized, we don't have a normal triple Diviner of the Heralds. This can be Manju. I just think Diviner is a bit more versatile when going second. If this card is normal or special, send a fairy monster from your deck, extra deck, to the grave, and if you do, increase this card's level by that monster. If this card is distributed, special a level 2 or lower fairy from your hand or deck, except itself. That effect doesn't come up in this deck. However, the reason we play triple Diviner is because not only can we sell Herald of the Arclight for a ritual monster search in our Mistha, but we can also send Elder Entity Entis for a pop. Manju wouldn't give you that ability. Manju would just basically search you for Mistha. Yes, it frees up 2 extra deck spots, so you got to weigh up the pros and cons. I'd rather just be better going second and be playing triple Diviner of the Herald. For the hand traps, triple Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is just generically good into pretty much everything, so we play it. We have triple Droll, because a deck like this, as I said, you can hand loop your opponent, and that's hilarious. We have triple Effect Veiler. Non-once per turn effect negation is actually pretty good at the moment, because not a lot of people are playing effect veilers, so that means that their crossouts are just a lot weaker. We have triple infinite impermanence as well, so that's 12 hand traps in a 41 card deck. That is how much I could squeeze in. If you want to cut it down to 40, maybe cut down the Ryu-Ge rivalry. 12 and 40 gives you a slightly higher chance of being able to see at least 2. Well, you can see 1 fairly consistently, but in Yu-Gi-Oh you need to be seeing 2 or more hand traps, and that is why the amount of hand traps you play is so crucial. We play 1 pot of prosperity for consistency and 1 terraforming for consistency as well. So very consistent deck in terms of get to our field spell and play. However, we are lacking in the going second department, which is why I'm playing so many hand traps and why I've playing tech choices like Diviner over Manju to sort of help break boards going second. Anyway, let's get straight into the extra deck, and then I'll even show you guys the Ryu-Ge combo. Going on into the extra deck, we don't have any mandatory spots apart from a couple, so let's just go through it quite quick. Big link 4s, we have access code Talker, just because we can get a lot of bodies on the field and we can get a lot of different attributed links in the graveyard to sort of help with our access code. World Sea Dragon's Atlantis, just because if anything happens with access code, if it's negated, we can just make a World Sea Dragon by using access code as the whole material, and then we can break the board again. We have a Black Luster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. Let me know when was the last time you saw this card. This card is actually really good in this deck because it takes 3 monsters with different names, and if it was link summoned using a monster with that's level 7 or higher, you gain its extra effects, which is your opponent can't target it with card effects and it can't be destroyed by card effects. Then when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can activate one of these 3 effects, give it attack, make a second attack, or banish non-targeting 1 card on the field. So comes up sometimes, mostly just banish it with pros. However, it is a nice target and your opponent never expects this going second, so pretty cool. And of course we have the 1 Nightmare Unicorn as well, because we just have a lot of space, so we might as well just play cards that help out either back row or stuff that can be annoying us like Floodgates. That's what Unicorn is in here for. IP and SP, we can make the IP fairly consistently, and then going into an SP during our opponent's turn is never a bad thing because you get to banish multiple cards. Double of the Nightmare package, so Phoenix and Cerberus as well. Again, options going second. We want to be able to crack boards, so Phoenix for back row, Cerberus for monsters in the main monster zone. Our X-Seasons, which is where our main powerhouse cards are. We play 1 Sky Thunder. We also play a Gustav Max and a Deeb. This is fantastic. We're going second, and also helps in time because we can easily just make this burn for 2k and win in time. We have 1 of the Varudras, the final bringer of end times as well, which is super clutch because this is our main guy that we're going to be making. 2 level 10s. It's a worm as well, so it doesn't matter with the worm lock. Your opponent cannot activate, when your opponent activates a card or effect, detach a material, negate, then you can detach a second material to destroy 1 card on the field. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks while it has material, destroy 1 card on the field. If this XE summon card is destroyed, you can destroy 1 card on the field. Whatever your opponent does, you're destroying a card on the field and also getting a negate off as well, which is amazing. Really love this card. For the big synchro, we have Transcendosaurus Glaciosaurus. This is one of our end board pieces, just simply because obviously with the Dino Domain, we're going to be giving it a negate extra on its effect, and its other effect just basically makes it pretty unoutable. Has 3,600 attack, cannot be destroyed by battle. Dinosaur monsters you control that are special from the graveyard cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Also, they cannot be targeted with card effects. If this card is destroyed, shuffle a normal monster from your grave into the deck and special summon this card. So they got to out this card multiple times, and obviously it's going to be having a negate behind it, and it's 3,600 attack. Absolutely cool. And obviously the normal monster is going to be our Galaxy Serpent that we make during the combo, so we'll always be able to revive it off the grave, and then it gives itself card effect protection, which is amazing. And then of course 1 Herald of the Arclight, send it to the grave, search a ritual monster, Elder Entity Entis, send it to the grave with Diviner, and be able to target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So that is the end of the extra deck. You can arguably play Typhon, just cut something that's not too important. However, let's now move on quickly into the combo guide. Okay, now for the quick combo guide, just because I've given you guys the deck profile, but I want to show you guys just why I think this deck is super incredible going first. We're going to showcase just what 1 Diviner of the Herald can do. You can do this combo with either Ryu-Ge Rising, opening the field spell, or just opening Mister as well. But I'm going to be showcasing you the full combo, which is, of course, having Diviner of the Herald. So you're going to normal summon Diviner of the Herald. You're going to use its effect. You're going to send your Herald of Arclight from extra deck to grave. Trigger Herald of Arclight, adding you the Ryu-Ge Mistfa. So now we have Mistfa in our hand with one extra body on the field, which comes up during our opponent's turn. We're going to scale Mistfa. We're going to use Mistfa's effect, add ourselves Ryu-Ge Warzone, and place it face up in the extra deck. Now from here, we can activate our Ryu-Ge Warzone, use Warzone effect. We're going to dump Carbonet into the graveyard. We're going to add Hakva to the hand, and we're going to banish Ember from our deck. Now we are locked into Worm, Dinosaurs, and Sea Serpents, but as you can see, that is absolutely going to have no effect on the combo. We're going to start off with Hakva, banish Hakva from our hand, and we're going to add ourselves the Worm Winds from deck to our hand. Now what we can do is we can banish the Carboneton to special summon the Galaxy Serpent from our deck. This will trigger the Hakva. Since 2 monsters are now banished, while it was banished, we can special summon it. Now with these two, we can synchro into our Trendosaurus Glaciosaurus. Now why is this important? Because it puts a Ryu-Ge back into the graveyard, which allows us to trigger Ryu-Ge Warzone. Since we have Mistfa in extra deck, we can activate Warzone effect. That allows us to special summon our Ember from banishment, our Hakva from the grave, and also our Kaiva from the deck. So as you can see, this is getting pretty crazy, the combo at the moment. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to establish our Omni Negate by overlaying both of those into our Varudris. Activate the Worm Winds, Hakva effect, put Worm Winds to the bottom. We're going to add the Dino Domains directly from the deck to the field. And now this is the turn, because now whenever our opponent activate something, and whenever a card is destroyed, we're going to be able to trigger Mistfa. So let's say, for example, we activate something, we then Varudris, we're going to use both to negate and destroy, putting these guys in the graveyard. What's going to happen from here? Well, it's going to trigger our Mistfa, it's going to special summon itself. Now from here, we can actually destroy our Diviner of the Herald and our Trendosaurus Glaciosaurus to then place the Wormwinds and the Sea Spires directly from the deck back on the face-up field. Now this will trigger Trendosaurus, shuffling back a Galaxy Serpent into our deck to again reborn itself, and now it has the extra protection. And don't forget, because of Dino Domains, it actually has 300 more attack, and also it has the negate of a monster effect as well, which is amazing, and it would just get rid of the Dino Domains. Our opponent, any monster they send to the graveyard from the field will be banished because of our Wormwinds. And also our Ryu-Ge monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, and the Pendulum monster will gain the effect that we can place this to the bottom and compulsory evacuation device something as well. So with one card we have 1 negate with a pop, 2 negates, and then we have 3 negates, a floodgate, and a bounce, just from one card, guys. And obviously during our opponent's turn, this is way more than enough for game. 3,000 attack, 3,000 attack, 3,500 attack, 3,600 attack. Absolutely stupid attack numbers. And if not, we can also just go for combo a little bit and then get Ryu-Ge Warzone back into rotation, summon 3 again, and continue extending. So that's a very quick combo guide and deck profile of the Ryu-Ge deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are new around here, make sure you smash that like button, leave a comment down below. What do you think of Ryu-Ge? And subscribe, as we're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Thank you for watching.
It's time! Let's go!